Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Tailgate Talks presented by Toyota. Today we have two of our members of the Gator Bowl Committee, Justin Renfroe and James Coleman. James, great player at FSU. Justin at the University of Miami and also a University of Virginia graduate. So he's ACC through and through. But the big game this weekend in Tallahassee. Justin, I'll start with you since Miami is a visitor in Tallahassee, but what was it like to kind of play in that game and experience such a rivalry?
It was a great experience, a lot of fun. I think the biggest thing that stood out, like you said, I was coming from Virginia. We had won the year before there on a missed field goal, so coming that next year, first of all, to see the difference in the crowd. I mean, there was way more fans there for the Miami versus FSU game than it was for a Virginia versus FSU, and then just the noise. I remember, barely being able to hear anything.
James, I call you the human battering ram. I think you scored 10 touchdowns during your career at FSU, and you were way ahead of the tush push. What's it like to actually play in the game?
The play in the game is amazing. I grew up in Tallahassee, so I grew up in the rivalry when both teams were really, really good. And you kind of have dreams. My whole wall in my mom's house is full of pictures of FSU versus Miami. And so I visualized that. And then my senior year, being able to score a touchdown in a win that kind of reversed our losing streak against Miami was incredible. To see Doak rocking and then playing against that, that's why you go to these schools. So you can play in these notable rivalries and remember that. But also, this is what the NFL wants to see. So I love that both teams are really, really good, and it should be a great game this weekend.
Let's talk about the tailgating experience. James, what makes that tailgating experience in Tallahassee so special?
Well, it's on campus. So, you're there and you're seeing people, and it becomes like a little family reunion. You know you're going to see these people every year around this time, around football season, so you look forward to it. You see kids grow up, and you get a chance to eat some really, really good food, man. Nothing like barbecue fresh off the grill and seafood, because we're in the state of Florida. We got that. And again, it's just when their team is winning, the drinks are stronger and the food tastes better. Now, when you're losing, not so much, but that's what makes this game great. And as much as fierce as the rivalry is, everybody's going to have good love for each other at the tailgates.
Justin, you got experience in tailgating. What's it like at UVA and Miami? Probably played on campus during your time there.
So at UVA, obviously, the tailgate experience is big amongst the students. There'll be a lot of gatherings at the frat throughout the week. Every week, they always have a theme. The bridge will be painted. So just the students really come together. Obviously, we saw this weekend it can get a little dangerous there because most of the students watch on the hill. And so that was a big thing. I went back once as an alumni, so I experienced being on the hill, and it is rocking. And you got to give it to those fans. They stand on that hill that whole game, no seat, and they're rocking the whole time. And then obviously as a player, they stormed the field once at Virginia too. We beat, I think it was USC. We got a big win versus them. Everybody stormed, and it's a great experience. And then going to Miami now, that's an off-campus experience. And so the party's a little bigger at Miami. We got the fans in the Dolphins arena. I feel like you get a lot more adults. The kids bus in, come in. Some local guys are down there, so I've gotten to hear from them just how they get the bus going with all their classmates and the lines. Like College Game Day was just there. I was talking to a couple of PV guys who attend school there now. 5 a.m. it was a 2-mile line, to try to get just onto the set. So the tailgate's going to rock. I know a lot of people are going to make the trip from South Florida, bringing that Spanish influence to the tailgate. That's the big thing there. Got the Spanish music playing, different foods. Like James said, we got the seafood because we're in Florida. So getting the good steaks, the burgers, and the hot dogs, and then you never know what special tailgate you'll come across. And everybody's always sharing love no matter what side they're on.
The best part of tailgating is what you eat. You're a connoisseur and you're a big-time cook, but what's your go-to items for tailgating?
Recently the go-to's been the beef brisket grilled cheese and the glizzy burger, which is a fusion of a hot dog stuffed with some ground beef. And then you can put all the toppings for both. So those have been my two, and then obviously the beef brisket, grilled cheese. You get the garlic bread with the cheese, and you know the brisket's been cooked for about 12 hours or so.
Let's go.
It's always fun, always good. You know?
All right, top that, okay?
Oh man, listen. At my tailgate, we always got to bring a little Jacksonville to it. So we have the Jacksonville crab boil. So we have that. It's really, really good. Shout out to my boy Cheese that does that all the time. And then we're gonna have our ribs. One of the best things we have is my ribs is tender. My grandmother could chew it without her teeth. That's how good. That's how good it was, man. So again, I look forward to that. That's why I throw it. Bring a bunch of people together. It's always, again, good food. I gain weight during football season now that I don't work out as much.
Well, this has been great, and it's great to visit with you guys. We appreciate all you do to support Gator Bowl sports. It should be a great game in Tallahassee, and everybody will be watching. But again, that wraps up this week's edition of Tailgate Talks, presented by Toyota.
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.